Hello everyone, welcome to today market review with market all over the place, a big fight between bulls and bears. Usually I hate Fed weeks and this time no different. Not easy at all, and we are about at less than 10 minutes for the market to close, and we are going to follow up into the close and after the close, trying to build, depending how we close, trying to build some kind of a trading plan for tomorrow. Tomorrow we have Fed Day, but before that and before the market close, I would like to go over some of the trades that I did today and trying to explain a little bit why I got the trades that I got and the rationale behind those trades. So one of the first trades that I got, it was actually early in the morning. Early in the morning, we were here. Okay, we were here, Tesla, and after the market opened, I saw a small pullback, and I bought calls. Okay, I bought calls on Tesla. Why I bought calls? First, we were seeing on Friday, we saw a bullish reversal candle from the 8-day moving average. Yesterday, we saw day 2 on the move up, with the stock making higher highs, higher lows. And today, what I was looking here early in the morning, I was looking for a continuation. So we have day 1, 2. I was looking for a possible day 3, and from the stock going below $700 all the way into $717, $720. I was not calling for a breakout. That was the goal, but the first target would be to try to go above yesterday highs of the day, and from that we would reevaluate if it gone for a reversal sell or not. I got calls in the money, call 690 strike, and I waited. And I spent some time here waiting, and the stock finally bounced, and I start trimming profits. And I took those calls from $27 all the way and start trimming profits at $29, $30, and taking profits as soon as the stock bounced and start going up. What was the idea? The idea was that the stock should go from red to green and go above yesterday highs of the day. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. And when I start seeing, so I took my profits here and here, and I leave the last one. And when I start seeing that the stock was making actually lower highs, I decided to close here. I believe it was here. I decided to close the position because the stock was basically started rolling over, making lower highs, and from there should come lower lows below the morning lows. And that's exactly what happened. I didn't flip into the other side. I didn't flip short. I should have got short, but I respect the trading plan that I had. Basically, I was looking for day 3 continuation and a move above yesterday highs, and from there a possible reversal sell. So they faded before the reversal sell, and they start making lower lows, lower highs. And right now Tesla is sitting right where it should, the 8-day moving average at 679. So for me it was a profitable trade. It would be more profitable if I would flip after closing the calls here. I should have jumped into the puts, starting making lower highs, lower lows, and rolling over. But I didn't flip. I look into other names, and it was not an easy day, but overall was able to generate some cash flow. So now what? The big question, where we stand on Tesla. While we are above and making, okay, we are still above Friday lows of the day and making higher lows, we cannot get much bearish. but I'm going to wait to trigger the next trade. I'm not jumping in, I'm not buying the dip, I'm not shorting here, I'm waiting. If we go below and start making a low below Friday lows, below 666, then my target 656, and it can give it all back into $600 area. That's one of the possible scenarios. Otherwise, what we need above today highs of today, go above 715, and from there we will see if it's able to take out $720 and fill the gap that we have up there. Right now, what we know, once again, we cannot get much bearish while we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days closing above the 8-day moving average. Something that here we break below the 8-day moving average, and every single day we continue down. Right now we start seeing a possible trend shift, but we need continuation, and from there we need higher highs, higher lows. So today lows, it's very important, 671. It's very important. If tomorrow we break below today lows of today, and if we break below Friday lows, it will be a possible big move for the downside. But once again, staying open-minded. That was one of the trades. After the other trade that I got, it was a lottery ticket here on T. Okay, why I got a lottery ticket on T? First, I was seeing bullish options activity out of the gate. Second, I saw a bounce, perfectly bounce from the 8-day moving average. So no kidding, it was just a perfect bounce. What is the 8-day moving average? 29.68, 29.69. What is today lows of today? 29.69. So to the penny. So when I start seeing a bounce from the 8-day moving average with some volume and some bullish options activity, I pressed the trigger and I got some lottery tickets. Just 20-cent tickets, not big, and but when I start seeing that was basically fading and giving some of the gains back, I decided to close basically from 20 cents to 23 cents. So that does not make any difference. It was still on the green, but it was a small bet, so didn't work. And right now, printing any side day versus yesterday, high and low. Holding the 8-day moving average, kind of a possible move, but needs above $30, above $30. Can go all the way into 31, below today, lows of today, below 29.6, watch out, can hold over back into 29, okay? So keeping on watch. Other trade that I got, it was fading here, the move on Facebook. I believe it was here. Not sure if it was on this or on this one. Looking for a possible fade on Facebook. I got in, put 280, and basically from $3 I closed, I believe, at 13.15 or 3.20 or something like that. Right now those puts are in the money. Puts 280. I believe it was here. Not here, I believe it was here. Okay, and I decided to close, not to risk. From $3, I closed at $3.50. It was also a profitable one, but same thing, didn't make any difference because the stock all over the place, ranging here, didn't break down, didn't break higher, and right now those puts are at $3.90, so actually making nice profit on those ones. If you are still holding 30%, not bad, but also not the best. What was the idea on this one? The idea was pretty much simple. We had a big break higher, but usually Facebook gives back, okay, on the big moves, gives back from the highs. So basically I was shorting the stock from the highs at 282. One of the things that you can also do is short out of the money calls. Actually, it would be more profitable to short out of the money calls than trying to buy puts. But once again, not my way of trading, not my style of trading to short options, but that also works. Right now, where we stand, we cannot get much bearish here on Facebook. It's making higher highs, higher lows, 282 versus 277 versus 276. But I'm not chasing this one. Tricky. It's getting extended from the 8-day moving average. So let's see if tomorrow, if it breaks below 278, if it has a retest on 274 first target, we have $270. The second target, the 8-day moving average, keeping on watch, but no trade here. Another one, and honestly, I got very pissed with this one. It was on Disney. I was looking for Disney. I played calls on Disney, and on the first ones, I got stopped. On the second ones, I basically closed flat. And just to see it at the end of the day, those calls, it was out of the money calls to under strike, basically gone from 60 cents all the way into 90 cents. So basically made 50% profits if traders held the position. What was the rationale here? The rationale was basically the stock holding above this line and recovering the 8-day moving average and trying to go from a red to green move. That was the rationale and that was the idea. The market was very heavy, so it was not easy. At the end of the day, the stock showed some relative strength. I will keep it on my watch. If it goes below 192.8, looking for a gap to fill all the way into $190, that's a possible target. But if the stock recovers 195, what I'll be looking to the highs of the day, 196.6. If it goes above 197, I believe the stock can try to break $199. We have some kind of bullish imbalance here. That's one of the reasons that I'm looking, and I was looking for calls. Bullish imbalance here, looking for upside. Didn't happen. Giving some more time and some more room on the stock. Have 192, one of the levels, 190 the next one. Let's see if it's able to reverse bounce and recovering the 8-day moving average, 195. Otherwise, let price go wherever he wants. And one of the most profitable trades was actually Netflix. I scalped short Netflix puts, puts, and I believe it was puts 530, puts 530 here. And when I start seeing market fading, I decided to look what was the tech name that was actually at the highs of the day. Netflix was at the high of the day. Every single name was fading. Apple was fading, and other tech names were fading. So I decided to jump into puts 530 on Netflix at $6.50, I believe. And actually, at the end of the day, they are at $10. And but I got the short here. Got put scalp, basically closed the position, locked my profits, and got back into the cash. So those gave me a very nice cash flow. Once again, not easy, because after I get out, basically we had an oversold bounce and not an easy path. We are not going in straight line, but the rationale was basically tech and Netflix giving some of the gains back. We had a gap to fill here at 520. That is still open. Okay, so if Netflix tomorrow goes below 523, one of the first targets will be fill the gap at 520 and the next one 519 as the 8-day moving average. If it breaks below 519, watch out, can waterfall all the way into 507, 510. So that's a possible scenario. So Netflix for me, it was a beautiful scalp, and basically Netflix, the scalp on Netflix, the scalp on Tesla in the morning gave me the cash flow for days. Also got another one. I was going to forget Rocket. Okay, Rocket. I got into calls here when I start seeing that the stock after yesterday doji candle, I was looking at the stock making higher lows. I was looking for a possible move higher and making higher highs. So I scalp it, calls 25. It was in the money at the time, 25.89 or 25.39. Not sure what was the calls. And I basically scalp it from $1 all the way into $1.34, 35 cents, I believe. And when I saw that here made a reversal sell and start making lower highs, I decided to close the position, lock my profits, and though that scalp actually also gave some money. Seeing after the fact is a lot easier, but when we see that the stocks start making lower highs and it's holding here, once it breaks below here, it's a short, okay? So if you were watching the stock here, when start seeing lower highs, we have higher lows, and when it breaks, it's a short. So short with looking for the next target. At the next target, the 8-day moving average around 25.3. It actually worked even, that short actually worked even better as the stock goes below the 8-day moving average, goes back above and fades back below. Now what? Taking the stock out of the watch list. This is a tricky one. I was looking for some break higher, didn't happen, locked my profits and got back into the cash. Not catching the knife here, printed a bearish reversal signal all over the place, not printing any trade here, so taking the stock out of the watch list. Another one that I got, it was overstock. Why? Here. Okay, here. Exactly on this candle. What I saw first, yesterday, big move from the 8-day moving average, big move, and the stock actually held at it was kind of flagging. Today, the stock pulled back and start making higher lows. And here, on this candle, I see this candle here, I see big volume popping up, and I decided, also saw, it was small, but I start seeing some calls jumping into the stock. Calls 75 strike, it was in the money, okay, and I decided to jump in. So I get in, it actually worked. I got those calls at $3.50 or 60 cents or something like that. They gone for more than $4.30, I believe, and I put my stop, and I basically forget it, and didn't happen. Market was fading, didn't get follow through. Big volume, but didn't get follow through, and I actually got stopped on that one. So I assumed the loss, part of the trading. Now what? Waiting for the stock to rebuild. Is holding above the 8-day moving average, so cannot get much bearish. But after yesterday candle didn't give much follow through. For upside, needs above 77.7 to the highs of the day. Downside needs below $70. Below here, looking for a short all the way into 65, 66. It's part of trading, okay? No one can really when we are here, okay, what we have is the information that we have in front of us. No one knows what will happen next, and we need to decide. So after 1-2 days and after seeing a nice pop on volume, okay, I start thinking that the stock should go above and stay above yesterday highs of today, and looking for a possible resume up. Didn't happen. I take the loss and carry on. So for me, it was kind of a tricky day. I was able to generate some cash flow with the Tesla scalp and the Netflix scalp. Most of the profits came from Netflix scalp, and some also from the Rocket scalp. But most of the names got stopped, and I'm happy to have basically took the profits when I should. But right now, that's why I usually hate Fed weeks. Everyone looking for the yields, everyone waiting for what the Fed is going to say tomorrow. No one can really predict what the hell Mr. Powell is going to say tomorrow. So I'm going to stay open-minded. I'm in cash overnight, waiting for tomorrow 2 p.m. and for Mr. Powell's speech at 2:30 p.m. after lunch to see what the hell is going to happen. Besides that, what was the action today? One of the trades, it was huge, okay. Lisa, basically big pop yesterday here, okay. Yesterday, I highlighted this activity here, this volume pressure, buying. And what caught my attention, it was that the stock was 1, 2, 3 days yesterday and it paused, and a very nice volume for the last 3 days. Today, out of nowhere, I didn't have any share that here, okay? I didn't have, out of nowhere, boom, the stock basically goes from $10 all the way into the $15. So I got some very nice feedback from two traders that got long shares yesterday and today's. They basically closed the shares at $13, a bit too soon, but profits, 30% profits. Congratulations, and I take my hat for you. Congratulations, and very happy. The notes help you generate very nice cash flow on this kind of trades. Not saying that the stock cannot go higher. Yes, it can, but it did in the past 1, 2, 3 days. But not chasing the move here. Also, the stock does not have options, so kind of difficult for me to see where the options are positioned and if we can squeeze a little bit more or not, if we are going to have delta hedging or not. So for me, taking the stock out of the wash, congratulations to the traders that got into that trade. So looking for the market that's now closed and see where we closed. Looking for the SPY closed with a bearish reversal candle, okay, putting a top around 397.83 to the highs of today. It's extended from the 8-day moving average, but that does not mean that we cannot go higher. See here that we had a bearish reversal candle, and from there we have continuation up, squeeze back up. So staying open-minded for tomorrow open. If we open above 398, we can have a big short squeeze. And what will be the trigger for the shorts, in my opinion? Below 395, okay? Below 395, we can have a pullback into 391, 392. It makes sense. It's the 8-day moving average and also the big support level that we have, okay? So 391, 392, it will be the target if SPY breaks and stays below 395, looking for a possible move down. Otherwise, if it opens above 398, $400 is the possible target. One of the, and I'm actually pissed with this one, small caps. Small caps, I highlighted that before the market open, it was seeing some relative weakness, and I put the trading plan here on small caps. I placed this chart 6 a.m. in the morning, gave you this chart and said that the logical would be a reversal sell and pullback into retesting this line, the same line that I put at 6 a.m. gave you. Please go into the stock chart channel and see the 6 a.m. Chart that I gave with the analysis on small caps on AWM. It's time stamped and said that the logical says that we should have a retest on the breakout area. Guess what? We did it. I was not expecting that the pullback and the retest was on same day, okay? I was looking for what? A reversal signal. Okay, I was looking for the stock to go above yesterday highs and from there reverse back down, start printing lower highs, lower lows, and from there a short into the 8-day moving average. Didn't happen. So didn't make a higher low, basically a higher high. Basically they push it immediately into yesterday lows. Start making lower lows versus yesterday lows, and from their big fight here, it was not easy, okay? It was not easy. It was a big fight with bulls buying the dip, but every pop here, okay? Bear step in and shorted every bull attempt. Here another one. Okay, and bears shorted once again. So these kind of moves are not easy, especially in options. Okay, you either have balls of steel on holding the position, otherwise it's not easy to hold the position on this squeeze up that we see in intraday. It worked perfectly, almost to the penny. I said $228, $230. It would be the logical target, and I put the line here where it stopped, exactly at the line. Now what? My biggest support is around today lows of today, 229 and 228. Okay, the 8-day moving average. When I'll become bearish and when I'll flip bearish, I flip bearish if you break below 228. Why? It will be a false breakout and we will roll over and go back into 224, first target at below that, watch out, because we can go all the way into 220. That's one of the possible scenarios. Other one, tomorrow if we retest 228, we will see if we are able to recover and bounce back above 230. So we cannot get much bearish while we have small caps above 230, okay? And they closed exactly at 230.5, okay? And above 230. That's the biggest level. If we hold that, what will be the trigger for the longs? This was the resistance. If we break above 232.5, I'll be looking for a big short squeeze back into 235 and making new all-time highs on small caps. So staying open-minded for that. The cubes. What can I say about the cubes? I've been saying, and you can also see on the stock charts channel, 6 a.m. gave the chart here on the cubes and said that 324 would be my target. What was the high of the day? 324.2. Boom. So the resistance worked perfectly. From there, it was also not easy. It rolled over, but not easy. Okay, not easy. You have this scalp, but after that filling the gap and immediately got back up. So not falling apart, okay, but we have here the logical after 1, 2, 3 days move. A pause here exactly at the resistance. Now what? I will only be bullish on the stock and playing for upside above 324. If we break and stay above 324, we have a gap to fill 329 going into 330. The next logical level below, if we break below 319, we have lots of supports here. 315, 317, lots of support. When I flip bearish if we break and stay below 315. Okay, that's my trigger. Below 315, we have Friday lows at 311. We have 310, the big wall. And if we break below that, we have 308. And below that, $300. And it will roll over and all over the place. What is the rationale on the trade right now? Looking for a possible inverse and head and shoulders, okay? Is a possible. We need confirmation. What is the confirmation? If the pullback continues, we need to hold the 8-day moving average at 315 and reverse back up, okay? If this is the neckline, if we break 325, it will give the confirmation, and above 325, I'll be looking for new all-time highs on the cubes. But once again, need to see it. So overall, where we stand going into tomorrow? A big fight between bulls and bears. We have names that gave lots of the move and faded a lot. We have Apple that faded but closed almost near the open, okay, and closed on the green. We have Facebook on the tech names that also closed on the green. We have Netflix that I tried to short, but even though it was able to close on the green. We have Google that tried to go higher, saw some bullish options activity on the name, they gave it all back, but closed on the green and above the 8-day moving average. So we have cubes here trying to hold. What I suggest, wait for the reaction after the Fed. The Fed and Mr. Powell talking tomorrow, it will be a major event, so anything can happen. And it's very, very tricky in my opinion. So I will go and see if tomorrow before the Fed I am able to generate some cash flow. Otherwise, before 2 p.m. during lunchtime, I'll be all cash waiting for the Fed. I don't want to get caught either long or short and get caught with the pants down and assuming losses. So during the lunch, I will go all cash and waiting for the Fed. After the Fed, we will have a more clear view on what the hell is going to happen and not only what the Fed is going to say, but basically how the market will react. Let's look into the yields. If the yields spike, say goodbye to the tech bounce. Okay, so basically the tech will go roll over and it will go back below Friday lows. Okay, last Friday lows, and we will have once again the bear case scenario on the tech. But if the Fed says anything that will control and will keep the rates low, that can trigger the break higher on the tech names and a move higher on the next couple of sessions. So, as I don't know what Mr. Powell is going to say, and how the market will react and how the yields will react, I prefer to stay in cash, manage my risk wisely. That's what I usually say. Manage risk wisely, and that says keep protecting cash. Try to generate cash flow intraday. We had some nice scalps intraday. Besides that, get in, get out, and go back into the cash and let the dust settle. And we will need to wait and hear from the Fed, and from there we will evaluate what's next. Okay. So with this said, I gone all over the trades that I got today. Explain the rationale behind of the trades. So trying to give you some idea what I'm thinking when I'm taking the trade, what I'm looking for to help you on your trading, and somehow if I can help to improve your trading, great. And also explaining what I'm going to do tomorrow into Fed, and if in the first 1 hour, 2 hours of the day, if I'm able to generate cash flow, nice. If not, staying in cash and waiting after 2 and 2:30 p.m. After Mr. Powell's speech to see if we can have some kind of scalp or not. Okay, so thank you all for watching. Wish you all a great evening, stay safe, and see you all tomorrow. Bye bye everyone.